All right, so I had to get some essentials. So I have some homemade Polish sausage, cheesy cauliflower, and broccoli soup. Of course, when you're camping in the wintertime, you have to stay warm from the inside out. So I have some wine, a wine glass, and some electronics because I can't have a fire and it's still coming down really, really heavy. The snow is really heavy and wet. So I can't really do anything outside because I'll get too hot and sweaty and I'll get wet from the snow. And the number one thing you need to do when you camp in cold weather is stay dry. So I'm ready to eat some dinner and get cozy. Well, I'm not sure if you can tell, but we are doing a little stealth camping in a neighborhood relatively close to my house. I really actually do want to do some winter camping this year, and I really want to start doing more overland camping stuff and car camping, things that I can't really do with the motorcycle. I have never camped in temperatures this cold. It is 32 degrees Fahrenheit right now, and it's going down to about 31 degrees Fahrenheit, which I think that's a perfect temperature for winter camping. It's incredibly humid out right now because the snow is so wet and so heavy. So it's really keeping that moisture in the air and keeping it warm. I've done a lot of research on the proper ways to winter camp, and the number one thing is you don't want to wear cotton and you don't want to get wet. So I have very synthetic material on my core, on my body, and I'm actually sitting on 2 sleeping bags. I have a 0-degree sleeping bag, which is my mummy bag here on top. And then I put in my 20-degree sleeping bag. I shoved it inside of that. So I might get super hot tonight. I plan on sleeping in just a sweatshirt, my hat, and I have a neck gaiter here to help keep me warm, as well as some gloves and pants and socks. We'll see how it goes. I'm currently in my He-Wolf Instant Pop tent. If you guys are interested in this tent, it's really cool. It's like hexagonal in shape. And the interior is this it's actually like a reflective interior, so I thought this might be the best bet for camping tonight because it might keep some of the heat inside of the tent. I also downloaded some movies on my cell phone, so, you know, with it being winter, there's not a whole lot to do other than Netflix and chill, so I'm gonna Netflix and chill in a tent in the middle of a snowstorm. Okay, starting to get a little chilly, so I'm gonna climb in my sleeping bag. So the one thing I'm already a little nervous about is the inflation of my mattress. I know they say thicker air mattresses in wintertime is more dangerous because there's not enough insulation. So I have a little microfiber blanket underneath me on the mattress. I'm also worried about the mattress deflating throughout the night, so that's going to be pretty ouchy, but we'll see. I feel like a mermaid. I don't know if you can still see me, but this is nice. This is probably a bad idea because the last thing you want to have to do in the middle of the night in freezing temperatures is pee. But we want to stay warm. Well, I think for the rest of the night, I'm just going to cuddle up, try to keep as much warmth inside both of my sleeping bags as possible, and then hopefully get a really good, nice sleep. I must say I'm excited. Usually when I go camping, I bring earplugs because everything wakes me up when I go camping. So the fact that there is just like a deadening silence with this heavy snow is pretty awesome. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this wine, get all hunkered down, and try to get a good night's sleep. I'll see you guys in the morning. Morning. That was actually amazing. I did it. I went winter camping for the first time ever. It's so beautiful outside right now. Like, look. Hey Siri, what's the temperature?
It's 30 degrees outside.
So it's colder now than when I went to bed. And it feels like it, believe it or not, a 2-degree difference. makes the world of difference. I want to sit here and talk about the things I learned and the things I would do differently. But first, coffee. I'm actually trying a new brand of coffee today. This is called Death Wish Coffee. A subscriber sent this to me. Thanks, look, I'm finally trying it. All it took was having to go camping outside in the winter once to drink hot coffee. So they come in these little individually wrapped packs, and then you put them in your coffee mug and pour over the hot water. So it's essentially an on-the-go pour over. There's a giant warning label. Warning, the world's strongest coffee. Cool. Well, if you don't see any more videos after this, that means I died from caffeine overdose. So I got my little ride to food mug all ready to go. And it comes with these little paper pouches that you just stick right over the mug. All right, moment of truth. So while I let this pour through, I learned a couple things last night. So I can't remember if I mentioned it before I went to bed, but I slept with 2 sleeping bags. I had a 0-degree mummy sleeping bag, and then inside of that I had this blue 20-degree sleeping bag, and I think that's the way to go. It might be excessive for some people, especially backpackers. Like, there's no way that that's convenient, but I was able to bring all of the stuff with me today, so I wanted to make sure, you know, I didn't want to have to leave and go back home to sleep, so I wanted to make sure I was warm enough, and I was warm enough. Right before I went to bed, actually, I was too hot, and that's dangerous because you don't want to sweat, you don't want to get wet, and then you really freeze overnight. So I had to regulate my body temperature right before I went to bed, and I slept really great. The cold didn't wake me up. I did wake up about 3:30 in the morning because my air mattress was deflated. And I was so tired and so lazy. I was like, this is okay, I'll just sleep on the ground, but I could feel the cold seeping in from the ground. So I got up and pumped back up my air mattress and climbed back into bed and fell asleep pretty quickly after that. It wasn't restful sleep. I don't sleep very good when I go camping, believe it or not. And if I could do anything different, I might pick a different location. I'm under some trees because I didn't want the tent to be too bogged down with the heavy snow. In the same breath, snow kept falling on my tent all night and waking me up, so there were quite a few startled wake-up calls. I'm really sad that we're not on the motorcycle, guys. I know you guys come to my channel for motorcycle content and camping content, but this is a first for me, and I just wanted to see if I can do it before I ever attempted doing it like somewhere off-grid, because that's scary to me. It's scary going camping alone on its own, and then add in the fact that you could like actually die, you could freeze. So I just wanted to test it out somewhere a little stealthy first before I actually take a winter camping trip. Also, if you guys are new to my channel, hi, sorry it took me so long. My name is Jess. I typically make motorcycle related content, moto vlogs in particular. I love to do motorcycle travel and moto camping. That's probably my favorite thing to do with my bike. I live in Ohio, and right now is not very motorcycle friendly, especially with street tires. I am excited to get the Scrambler out. I have a lot of parts I still need to put on that bike to be able to add luggage and take her camping. So if you're interested in any moto camping content in the future, hit that subscribe button because we got some fun stuff planned. Obviously, I'm on YouTube, I'm a YouTuber. I watch so many YouTube videos on how to do things. I had to watch a ton of videos on how to camp in the cold, and I feel very prepared now. I feel like I know what to do, I know what to expect. So I'm curious if you guys have ever gone winter camping, what you packed, how you did it. Did you go backpacking? Did you take a car? Do you camp in a camper in the winter? If there was one thing I could add to this, I would add a fire. Like I said, we're stealth camping, so I wasn't able to add a fire tonight because I didn't want to be seen. It's part of the reason I'm in these trees here. But I would definitely have a fire somewhere to get warm before I crawl into bed. I hope this is good because that was a lot of work for a little cup of coffee. Moment of truth. Ooh, that is strong. Oh, that's perfect. Good way to start the morning. I will say, bring more layers than you think you'll need. All of my base layers are polyester blend mixes, so they're really good at wicking away moisture and retaining heat. So I have polyester base shirt and 2 polyester blend pants on, just leggings, and 1 pair of merino wool socks. My lower body was absolutely perfectly fine last night, and those sleeping bags doubled up with all of the down and the just all of the air in between to keep the heat in. Perfect. I wasn't cold. My upper body got kind of cold because this sleeping bag, my lined sleeping bag, kind of slipped down inside of my mummy sleeping bag, so I was a little more exposed up on my upper body. Other than that, the hat worked wonders. I have a neck gaiter on that worked great. And then I have this little puffer jacket that helped keep me warm all night. I really, like, if I can just sleep camping in general, I would have slept great. It was so quiet. I think that's the best part about camping in winter is right now I have my entire tent door open. There's no bugs. It's so quiet, and it is just beautiful. This is gorgeous to look at. Obviously, this was my very first time winter camping, as you know. Leave a comment if you have any suggestions or if you have any questions on, you know, something I really would do different. Well guys, once again, thank you for coming on this journey with me. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And I actually had a lot of fun. I'm a big crybaby in the cold, so this was a very big experiment. As always, if you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button and joining the family. I love hanging out with you guys on the internet. You are my true friends of the internet. And until the next time, you be good, and I will see you later.